Okay, guys, let's get into some more picks. We have a bunch out already from Monday's show. John got us off to a great start with UNC last night, but let's take a look at the Friday board and get some more from that one. John Henson, you get the honors. 2 picks, please.
Okay, so first we're going to go Iowa State minus 14.5. Now, they are missing Keyshawn Gilbert, but they have a guy called Curtis Jones that can more than pick up the slack. I believe the game where Keyshawn Gilbert was out, he had 30 something. So that's not a real issue for me or deal breaker. And we're going to go with a little bit of a trend. Top 3 seeds in round 1 that are the favorite with a point total of 145 or less. Those teams are 17-3 against the spread. So I'm giving you a 17-3 against the spread trend that you can take into the first round because there's so many games. You don't know what to do, who to take, who to lean, who to fade. I'm giving you a 17-3 trend to take. If you don't have anything else or you're a little confused on what games to lock in on, this is one of them. And then secondly, I'm going to go Marquette, another trend kind of historical backing because at the end of the day, they use the same criteria for these teams to pick them, the net, et cetera, et cetera. So 10 versus 7 matchups where the 10 seed has more wins than the 7 seed. The 10 seed is 1-14 straight up and against the spread. Also, the Mountain West is 26-53 against the spread in NCAAs. They've lost 22 straight as a 10 seed. Now, trends are meant to be broken, and this will end eventually. But these are some high level trends and historical kind of things that, if you just bet them blindly, you're probably up. So I enjoy stuff like that.
John Henson bringing the historical data and trends into the picks here today. Let me ask you this, though, before we get Tony's picks. Mm-hmm. The Iowa State game, Curtis Jones, 20-plus points, plus 150. Thoughts?
Oh, lock. Hammer.
Lock.
Hammer. I was just going through and you're breaking that down, and I'm like, 20-plus, plus 150 to pick up the scoring?
The casual fan comes off the bench. People don't really know who he is, but he's like one of those guys when you look at the box, you're like, wait, who is C. Jones? Like, I think he, the value is amazing. The last game, I think Gilbert was out. He had 20 in the first half, so something to think about.
I love it. Okay, Tony, finish it off here. 2 picks from Friday's card. What are you looking at?
All right, I got the Colorado State money line minus 125. You can still get this number over at FanDuel. Memphis is banged up. We talked about that a little bit on the last show. 2 of their guards are hurt. We don't know 100% sure that they're going to be out, but I figure even if the outside chance they play, they're probably going to be rusty, maybe not 100%. So that certainly works in Colorado State's favor. And Colorado State, 44th overall in the Ken Palm's power rankings, right? But again, if you trim that back to February 1st over at Bart Torvik, 17th best in the country. What that means is they've been playing a lot better lately than they have throughout the whole season. So I'm going to trust them here in this spot against Memphis. And then my other game here, I've got Oklahoma plus 5.5, minus 110 over at FanDuel. Oklahoma is just a better defensive team. I'm expecting a close game here. I think UConn might be getting a little too much respect. We see this sometimes with these premier teams in college basketball, whether it's UConn, Duke, etc. There's a premium that's baked into these point spreads from the odds makers because they know people are going to bet those teams. I'm going to go ahead and take the plus 5.5 with Oklahoma. I think that number is a little too big.
There you go. And yeah, Colorado State minus 1.5 point faves, now minus 125. So a 5-cent move between when Steve built that graphic to now, as I sit at FanDuel. So people obviously buying in to the Colorado State hype. John,
if you believe that the SEC is good as they were, then you need to hop on the train early because it will be fixed come next game. So, the Texas, your Oklahomas, your Vanderbilts, like if SEC makes a run, then all of a sudden these lines are going to flip. So I like how, I love the Oklahoma line. Like I didn't even really know that was the line. When I heard it, I was like, oh, it kind of raised my eyebrow a little bit. So that's a nice play.